Target seems to be getting the wrong side of its consumers. Well, let's see how different consumers are expressing their opinions and how this situation could be resolved or maybe not. Let's take a look.
It's Good Friday and I have some good news. Target, y'all have messed up so bad that y'all have managed to turn this boycott into a breakup. The fact that I have not walked in a Target since this boycott began is something that makes me so proud of myself and also makes me realize that I never need to go back. There is nothing at Target that I haven't figured out some way to survive without. What a lot of Black people aren't understanding is why we have this heat for Target that we don't seem to have for other businesses. What about Amazon? What about Walmart? First of all, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Target played in our faces. We knew Amazon wasn't shit. We knew Walmart wasn't shit. But Target, we were rooting for you. After George Floyd, you pledged all this money, you rolled out all of these programs, you partnered with all of these Black brands, you carried all of this merchandise. We were really proud to shop at Target. And for you to throw us out the window at the first stop up the road just means that it was all fake. And now that we know that you are who we thought you were, we have to now act accordingly. So, sorry.
I don't know if y'all heard, but Target shareholders who have stock in Target are suing Target because they failed to tell them that when they pulled back their DEI initiatives, it would cause a boycott and they would lose a significant amount of money. I just wanted to remind y'all of the power of holding back the Black dollar. I just wanted to remind y'all. And what's more ironic about this is that the same people that they were trying to impress by pulling back the DEI initiatives are the same ones that are suing them. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it, because at the end of the day, people care about the dollar. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. So y'all thought y'all ate following Donald Trump. He promised y'all he was going to fix the economy. Are y'all good? Is y'all cool? And if I find out that any of y'all is still shopping at Target on a low, it's up. It's up when I see you, because I be needing stuff from there. But we boycott. I'm not playing.
Y'all, Target calling in and petitioning for Al Sharpton's help because we done boycotted them almost into bankruptcy. Yes, 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 yes. You know what it feels like? It feels like when you're at work and you're being discriminated against, but you're the only person who know how to do the job, but they need you, but they don't want to say that they need you. That's what it feels like right here. That's what it feels like with Target. Like, baby, say you're sorry and get on your knees and beg.
Breaking business news, Target is officially a sinking ship. The boycotts are absolutely working. So this is Brian Cornell, the CEO of Target, and this man is the corporate version of I care about DEI until it gets inconvenient. This man right here had everyone believing that diversity, equity, and inclusion were the center of Target's brand. He gave speeches, rolled out initiatives, put up signs, but then quietly pulled the plug on all of it the second the pressure hit. As the Target boycotts are working and Target is a sinking ship, and Brian Cornell is the ultimate toxic boss. Number one of why he's a toxic boss, he made DEI sound like a core value and then bailed. He pledged $2 million to support Black-owned businesses. They had the REACH program. They promoted supplier diversity. Now all of that's been shut down or rebranded to some weird corporate jargon speak. Essentially, it's gone. And instead of just owning it, he blamed corporate strategy, as if DEI is some seasonal marketing trend. It's classic toxic leadership: overpromise, underdeliver, and pretend it was never part of the plan. He totally abandoned employees and ethical brand partners. There are brands right now that are exclusive to Target that absolutely believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, but they are locked in. They are stuck in Target. And do you guys remember the backlash about the Pride displays when customers were coming in being really hostile? The employees were the ones that had to face that backlash, that physical violence, the emotional abuse, all of those things. And upper management just totally folded because DEI was never a value for Target. It was a branding campaign. And now Brian wants to do a little PR cleanup. And he's meeting with civil rights activist Al Sharpton, which I'm sure is just going to be a bunch of corporate speak for sorry. I'm just going to say this: Target heavily underestimated their consumer base. Like real OGs that supported the Pride collections and Black History Month collections and the Black brands when they came in and supported DEI. the kind of people that care about those things, that would want to shop in stores that support those things, very clearly underestimate their own customer base. We absolutely meant it when we said that we stood for DEI. We have to continue to stand behind that, no matter whatever pretty words this man comes up with. We are not going back.
Hey, Target. Reverend Al had absolutely nothing to do with my decision as a Black woman to stop shopping in your stores. I don't know what you would have to do. I don't know what kind of miracle you would have to perform, Target, to get me to ever shop at your stores again. And if I was going to be influenced, it would be by the collective of Black women that influenced me to agree not to shop in your stores together, as a way of showing you how we feel about your policies and how insulting and hurtful they were to us as customers. It's actually causing me to do a lot of research. I now recommend to Black women as a very effective and viable alternative to these marches. We're withholding our dollars from stores and retailers like you that treat us the way you did. Easy. Reverend Al ain't got nothing to do with it. He can't have any influence. The only people that influence me about this are other Black women. He ain't had nothing to do with the original decision and my continuing decision to withdraw my dollars from your store. Because you know what else I learned during this period of kind of tightening the belt, being more careful and picky about where I spend my dollars? I learned that we as Black people, we overspend, we overconsume. I'm glad that we've gotten started and we're practicing consuming less by refusing to shop at your stores. Good for us. Yeah, Reverend Al ain't got nothing to do with it. And when you think about it, when we think about the Black community and us spending money in your stores, who do you think's making that decision, men or women? I gotta be honest with y'all. I don't think I have ever run into another man or dad that I know at Target. I run into other moms, women I know, but never run into another man. Like, I don't know what y'all are thinking. And I'm Gen X. And to be perfectly honest, and this is just me sharing, I have never understood or accepted like Reverend Al is some representative for me as a Black woman. I've never gotten it. I don't get him. I don't understand this appeal he has. I understand he has, a CV and a list of accomplishments, and he is somebody, important in the civil rights movement. I guess to say that Target is out of touch. Target, what you are doing is letting your slip show. We are definitely seeing how completely out of touch with where we are on this. As far as I'm concerned, economic boycotts of Target, stores like Target, one of the best and most efficacious way for us to do activism during this time. It's safe and it's effective. Yeah, Reverend Al had nothing to do with it. Where did y'all get that from? Who's advising you?
So MSNBC released an article a couple hours ago that said the CEO of Target reached out to Al Sharpton to talk about the boycotts that are happening in their stores over the DEI rollbacks. And I'm chuckling because one, I'm like, how is Al Sharpton the representative for the people? But that's a whole nother conversation. But two, Target scrambling. I put a video out earlier this week and I was like, by June, I guarantee they're going to write a statement, because what they are experiencing is not sustainable in terms of their stock price, in terms of revenue, in terms of foot traffic. And I think Target grossly misjudged the power of community, the power of how people are spending their dollars, what's important for them out of the brands they're engaging with, and what's important for them as employers. And we are in a new era, you guys. We're in a new era. I've been saying for a very long time that we are in a new ground floor for diversity, equity, inclusion. And the new DEI is really going to focus on community. It's going to focus on how we recognize our shared humanity versus how we are separating ourselves from other people. And this is coming from a practitioner who's been doing DEI work for a long time. The reason why Target's in trouble, because we have not been shopping there. And when I say we, I'm just saying a lot of people. There are many people who are standing with Black and brown communities, with the queer community, just people in general who are saying we're tired of these corporations acquiescing or cutting back on stuff, especially when they made promises after George Floyd. And remind you, Target's headquarters in Minneapolis, that's where George Floyd was murdered. We are in a space where they are trying to figure out what to do next, and I think it's a little too late. Because even if Target comes out with a statement and says that they apologize, I think many of us are done with Target. We haven't shopped in Target in months. We have reworked our routines. We have figured out where else we can go to get diapers, to get our lotion, to get all the things we need. And we've been going to Costco, but we've just said, we don't really need Target. Literally, we could be on the verge of bankrupting a company, which is great because one of the things I've been saying is that we, the people, have so much power. Watch my other videos where I'm like, when people start losing money, when we hit them in their purses, that's when they start listening to us as a collective, right? This is what the power of the people is about. So it will be interesting to see what comes out of this conversation. But I also think it's interesting that they called Al Sharpton. For me, this is a real generational thing because we just need new leadership in general. We have a lot of people who have been around for too long, the old guard. We thank you for your time. We thank you for your service. But there are some new people that need to emerge as the next leaders of the people, of parties, you name it. And I just wonder if Al Sharpton's the right person, but I think there's an opportunity to expand the table. And some of the challenges we've experienced, I think, is because people did not want to expand the table and did not want certain people at the table and to use their voices. So stay tuned, we'll see. But Target, they are in danger.
Target, one of the most popular shopping centers in America, CEO Brian Cornell met up with Reverend Al Sharpton after all of the backlash and loss of business following the scaling back of DEI that Target has followed since Trump has been in office. There has been a push to get rid of DEI, and it's no longer legally obligated for these companies to follow. And we've seen this crazy scenario where Target scaled back a lot, and a lot of people stopped shopping at Target to the point that the sales in Target are extremely down. And now in Costco, it's like people are literally leaving from Target to go to Costco. And Reverend Al Sharpton has fought a bunch of political issues in his career, and now he's trying to make this Target another one. And he believes that, DEI was a benefit to the country. And if the CEO of Target is sitting down, obviously he wants to try to do what he thinks is right for the business and maybe as well as the country. And maybe this could result in some sort of equity that may come back or reverse this scale back that they've been doing with the DEI. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think this meeting with Al Sharpton is a publicity stunt? Do you think that there'll actually be some way that people that feel marginalized or targeted by this scaling back will actually see some sort of improvement? We know some of the prices of certain items like eggs was attributed to like a bird flu, this and that. Not everything was attributed to the DEI scale back, like the loss of business and the lack of bonuses with the employees. But I want to know what you guys think about this whole thing. Let me know in the comment section.
Knock, knock, knock. Seems the Black community has a visitor. They roll back DEI. We roll back our wallets. Now Target is rolling back to us, hat in hand. It's giving karma. It's giving, oh, now you care? But more importantly, it's giving news. Let's rewind. Target tried to play cute earlier this year, scaling back their diversity and inclusion efforts after rallying up the right wing. Translation, they choose MAGA over melanin, and baby, it backfired big time. Now Brian Cornell is meeting with Reverend Al Sharpton. Yes, the Reverend Al Sharpton you see here, trying to patch things up with the very Black community they thought was disposable. Oh, so now we matter? Pastor Jamal Bryant and others weren't playing either. They launched a 90-day boycott during Lent. Black dollars were pulled and Target felt it. And now let's talk numbers. They're really ugly. Target lost about $12 billion in market value after gutting DEI, and now they're facing lawsuits from shareholders. You fumbled the culture, you also fumbled the coin. Black-owned brands that once thrived in Target's DEI spotlight are now caught in corporate crossfire. Left wondering what happened to the allyship we had that you promised us. It's giving corporate panic. It's giving performative regret. It's giving a big lesson in never biting the hand that built your brand. So y'all, what do y'all think? Should we forgive or forget? Like, what do you think? How should we move this forward? I know Al Sharpton is going to give him a mouthful, but Al Sharpton doesn't speak for all of us.
I'm so sorry. I have to laugh. Target thinking that the solution to them rolling back on DEI is scheduling a meeting with their CEO and Al Sharpton because people are boycotting is a little hilarious because respectfully, no shade to Reverend Al Sharpton, power to the people, but Al Sharpton is not the spokesperson for Black America. More importantly, I would argue a huge part of this movement and the mobilization of it happened on social media, and Al Sharpton does not necessarily represent the generation that is pulling back their dollars from Target. I would also like to point out, let's say Target apologizes and acknowledges that this might not have been a smart business move. You offended your base, your consumer base. I would also argue that because they're losing that much dollars, like Black people are not the only people boycotting Target. But that's neither here nor there. Let's say they apologize. Let's say they acknowledge that doing that, especially so publicly, was a mistake. The reality is the apology would only matter if there's action and creating an infrastructure that allows their new brands, whether they're Black owned or not, to actually thrive on their shelves. Because just being a Black owned brand on a Target shelf isn't enough for you to actually do well as a business. And what happens is a lot of these brands get so excited about being at a Target and they have to scale to Target's demand and create an inventory that accommodates Target's consumer numbers. They end up not doing well and actually going under because they cannot afford to accommodate being in Target, but they also aren't necessarily selling at the rate they need to sell in order to just break even. So if Target, the multi-billion-dollar corporation, really wanted to make an apology, they should do a formal apology, but also create an infrastructure for brands entering Target, whether they are Black owned, women owned, or literally owned by anybody, that allows those brands to actually thrive on their shelves rather than just take up space in order to not sell and be removed from the shelves.
Yeah, so it looks like the people down at Target done reached out to the right Reverend Al Sharpton. They done reached out to Al Sharpton, and I'm trying to figure out for what? What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to release a press statement that make us start shopping at Target again? Because if that's what you're expecting, you are in for a big disappointment. This is no longer a boycott. We don't with y'all. You said what you said. Now stand on it. The difference between Target and us is that we standing on big business. We said we don't with y'all and we mean it. So I don't know what y'all thought reaching out to Al Sharpton was gonna do, except give me more content for a TikTok video. Cause no, we don't give a damn. Half the time we don't with Al Sharpton, if we being perfectly honest. So I don't know what y'all thought that was gonna do. But yeah, y'all need to figure something else out because this is no longer a boycott. We just don't with y'all. So Jamal Bryant came out and said that he was going to extend the Target boycott for another 40 days and 40 nights. And I'm here to tell you, Jamal, you ain't got to do all that, baby. These folks ain't fooling up with their red and white circle. And they also said Al Sharpton is supposed to be meeting up with the CEO of Target to discuss why he rolled back the DEI efforts. And my question is, Al, why? Why are we wasting our time when this man has quite literally gave us his ass to kiss? This man has shown us over and over again that he is standing on big business because he did not retract what he said after losing billions. Why do you think, Al, after sitting down with you, he's going to have a change of heart? He's not. And Al, you're wasting your time because there's nothing this CEO can do or say that's going to make these people start back shopping at Target. Al, he has burned that bridge and it seems like he's okay with dying on that heat. So Al, what I'm going to need you to do is find the nearest beach and go relax like that perm on your head.
I totally hear you, and no one wants Target's workers to suffer during this boycott. But blaming the boycott for them cutting hours is ignoring the very real pattern that Target has of doing this to their employees. In fact, I remembered not that long ago, I think it was maybe 2 years ago, they started talking about that they were going to raise their hourly rate to $24 an hour. And then a bunch of Target workers messaged me and said that they were raising it to $24 an hour, but that they were then reducing hours. So then people were making the same amount of money. And some of them even lost their benefits. So none of this is the fault of the people that are boycotting Target for better change, for better work environments for people just like you. It's the fault of Target for refusing to change to help their employees. So reduced hours when they started doing self-checkouts. The pandemic started, they temporarily increased hours and then severely cut them back and then cut bonuses. They have also been known to cut hours pretty significantly, even when there's just a tiny, tiny dip in sales, and even when executives are still getting bonuses. And as they pour money into automation and store redesigns, they often cut the labor budgets to offset costs. Target makes a ton of money. They do not have to do these things to you guys. And if anything, this is exactly what they want. And they want to deflect the attention away from them, and they want you guys to blame us, the people that do care, the people that do want DEI, the people that want better for Target's employees. If they cared about their workers, they wouldn't gut DEI in the first place. The people boycotting are not the problem. The leadership is.
I like this comment because that's kind of my second question. Like, is there anything that they could do that we would give them a second chance, or we're done, it's over, you've ruined it? I'm kind of once I'm done type of girl. So I think that's where I'm at with things. Like, you show me who you are, I'm going to believe it type of deal. But good question. What do y'all think?
This is when I start missing Target. So I'm shopping at CVS because, we're not shopping at Target because they don't rock with us. And this is what we got to deal with. Every motherfucking thing is locked up, yo. Like, just to shop, I got to ask somebody to come stand with me. Come on now. Can Target just apologize? Oh, Target, just please say sorry. Just say sorry, do something, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I don't like everything's locked up. Like, who out here still in Polygrid? Like, y'all need that locked up? It's just not a user-friendly experience. The experience shopping here isn't fun. And I know why you do it, CVS. I know it's to protect your stuff. It's just not a fun experience. I'm not used to being treated this way when I go shopping. It sucks. Okay? Sucks you.
And this is exactly what happens when big brands do not take their consumers seriously. I don't think Target is gonna come out of this. As you've seen, so many people are asking them to beg for forgiveness or ask for forgiveness. I really do think it will take a long time before people actually take their apologies or their begging for forgiveness into consideration. Well, that's just what happens. You fuck around and find out. Do you think Target is gonna come out of this? Let me know in the comment section down there below.